In this video, we're going to be talking about setting up a staging area for your WordPress website, and we're going to talk about why you want to be doing this, a free and super insanely easy way to do it. We're going to go through it all in this video. Hi, my name is Adam from WPCrafter.com, where I make WordPress tutorial videos for non-techies. If you're new here, consider clicking on the subscribe button. If you don't want to miss a thing, click on the bell, and YouTube will let you know when I have a new video. So we're talking about website staging today, and that is the process of taking your WordPress website, creating a clone of it that you can log into for testing purposes or for updating purposes, typically testing. And so this is actually the ideal scenario if you're running into any problems on your website. And what you would want to do is set up this staging area, then log into the staging area and then hack away at it to try to find out what is causing the problem that you're having. With WordPress, if you're having a problem, it usually tends to be because maybe you installed a plugin recently, or there was a recent plugin update, or you changed some setting recently on a plugin, and that's what's causing the problem. In fact, that just actually happened to me the other day. On my website, there's a login area, and for some reason, when people were logging in and using the wrong login name or password and then hitting log in, it just would refresh the page and wouldn't let them know what they did wrong so they can have an idea. Did I put the wrong username? Did I put the wrong password? It wasn't letting them know that, and it was a big problem for me. So what I did is I create a staging setup, I copy everything to it or push everything to it, which is what I'm going to show you how to do in this video. Then I went through all my plugins, I immediately disabled all my plugins, and then I tested it, and then that problem wasn't there anymore. And then I went through the process of activating my plugins one by one, or usually like 2 or 3 at a time, and then testing and seeing if the problem came back. Then I was able to narrow down which plugin had the problem, and then I could go into the settings. And so if you log into my website now, you're going to notice you're not going to have that problem anymore because I did this process of pushing the website to staging and then doing this testing process. The reason you want to do it in a staging area is because it doesn't affect your live website. So you can hack away at it, make whatever changes you want, and it doesn't affect what is happening for anyone on your main website. So having the ability to create a staging website for your staging area for your website is a crucial part of having a WordPress-based website, supporting your website, making changes to your website, and also testing beta plugins for your website. If you are following, or if you're an Elementor user, you know Elementor 2 just came out, and then the pro version of Elementor 2 is about to come out. And this is something you might want to test in staging. Same thing for Gutenberg on your website. You want to test this in staging. So let's just jump into it. Let's go ahead and make a staging website for your website. Wow, I'm just saying website like crazy today. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to use this free plugin right here. And holy cow, this is a free plugin. It's called WP Staging. I've actually had my eye on this for a while. And so essentially it's a free plugin. You're going to install it and you will click one button and boom, it's going to make a staging website for you. We're going to do it together in this video, and I'll show you some of the caveats along with that. Now, what's important to note is that this plugin is going to give you a one-way push. It's going to push your website into a staging area for you to hack away at it. It's not going to take what changes you make in the staging area and bring it back. They do offer a paid version of the plugin called WP Staging Pro. This will give you the ability to then push from staging back to your live website. I will tell you though, for me, I never do that. So it's not like something that you have to have. I never push to staging and then from staging want to push it back to my live website. Now, if I did want to do that and I was making significant structural changes in the staging location, at that point you can use one of the different backup plugins or something like that to move everything back to your live website if you didn't want to purchase this. However, I will tell you in my own usage, I'm using staging just to find out what's causing a problem or to test a few things, and then I'm going back to my live site and I'm manually doing it there. So I just wanted to touch on that. So essentially, just log into your WordPress website, go to Plugins, Add New, and do a search for the word staging. It's going to be the first result that pops up. Go ahead, install and activate it. And then what it's going to do is it's going to add this new option here that says WP Staging. Let's go ahead and click on that right now. Let's see. Okay, it is pulling up. So here it is, and you can see I've actually gone ahead and already created a staging site. I just wanted to show you. So what you would do is click on right here where it says create new staging site, and then it's going to pull up this area right here where we can name it. So you could maybe give it a name. What you're going to want to do is you're not going to want to keep a bunch of different staged versions of your website. You're pretty much going to want to create one, test what you want to create, and then delete it. So you can name this whatever you want or the same thing every time. It's not going to really matter. And then we have these three more fine-tune options. One is database tables. You don't have to get involved in that. It's going to automatically copy all your database tables, your files. You don't need to mess with that. The login options you do want to pay attention to if you're using some kind of, I don't ever recommend this, but a security plugin that's changing the URL to the login of your website. If you're doing that or someone that's doing that, then you might want to read this. I don't ever recommend that because I find that it's security through obscurity and it ends up breaking things. So then you're just going to click on start cloning, and literally that is it. What it's going to do is it's going to create a new folder on your web server. It's going to push all the copy of the files in there. It's going to make a copy of the database, and it's going to be this total playground where you can do anything that you want. And so it might take you maybe 3 or 4 minutes. It took me probably about 3 or 4 minutes. And then this right here is what I was left with. And it was the completion of doing these 4 steps. And then it gave me this notice here about permalinks, but then all I had to do was click on this link. This is the link where the new staging site is. So for me, it's showthedemo.com/epro2. I named this staging site epro2, and that's how it got that folder name. Now, this is one of the things I really like about this plugin, and that I've noticed is a problem with other plugins. See, if you're creating a staging site, you don't want anyone to be able to view that staging site, including Google. So this is what they do. When you click on this link, it takes you right here. There it is. It's going to be this message. It says access denied. Nobody's going to be able to spy or peek in on what you're doing in this staging site, which I think is the most important thing. Other tools fail in this regard. Not even Google's going to see this and index any of the content. It's going to be behind this wall, which is actually very good. So then you'll just click on this and then log in. It will be your same login and password as the site that you made the staging site from. And this is another thing that they get right. When you first log into your staging site, you can see from the URL there, I'm in the staging site. It has, instead of that dark colored admin bar at the top, it's got this bright orange admin bar to let you know, hey, don't get confused. This is the staging site. It's very easy when you're in your main site and your staging site to get a little confused. And then what happens is you screw up your main website. I've done that. I think everybody's pretty much done that. You're not going to do that with WP staging. You can see right here, it's unmistakable. You've got this bright orange bar. Now, what happens is, depending on the plugins that you have installed on your website, when you push it to a staging site and then you first log in, some of your plugins might pick up on the fact you're using a staging site and give you some notices. So if you see right here, I've got this big notice right here from Lifter LMS. It's saying, hey, I know that this isn't your normal URL, so should we deactivate all, we're automatically going to deactivate all the payment options for this staging site, so there's no double payments that go through automatically and things like that. So you're probably going to get some of these notices. Don't worry about it though. And pretty much now you can hack away all that you want at this and test things and deactivate plugins, activate plugins, test new plugins, and you've got nothing to worry about. No one's going to be able to log in and see it. So, I mean, it's really good. All right, so let's jump back into the main site. Okay, so this is the site that we installed WP Staging. You see, I don't have that orange bar anymore. So now when you click on WP Staging, it's going to show you a list of the staging websites that you have created, and it's going to give you the option to delete it. And so what my workflow is, I create a staging site, I log in, and so maybe I'm creating a staging site because I need some support. I don't have the ability to resolve a problem, and I'll get a login in that staging site, give it to a support company so they can log into the staging site, find out what is wrong. So anyways, whether I'm logging in to fix something or I'm given a login to a support company to fix something, what I would do now, once it's all done and over with, I would go here, I would click on this delete option and then delete that staging site. And that's pretty much all there is to setting up staging for your WordPress website. It is fantastic for troubleshooting. I can't stress enough how when I notice something is wrong with my WordPress website, either I've noticed it or someone's told me about it, what I end up doing is creating this staging site. I disable all my plugins, and then I figure out what the heck's causing the problem, and then I fix it myself. It's a lot faster of a way to get support. Well, not support, but to solve my own problem. And then if it's a situation where I genuinely need support from whatever company, I'll create the staging site, a temporary login, give it to them, let them hack away at it, then tell me what the fix was so that I can manually apply the fix to my website. So that's it. It's WP Staging. It is right here. It is free. There's nothing to buy. Just keep in mind, it's a one-way push. It's not a two-way push. If you wanted that, there is a pro version of the plugin that you can go ahead and get. If you do use this plugin, the free version, and it works out well for you, I'd encourage you to head over to the plugins page and leave a review for the developer. I'm sure that would make their day. They've really made a quality tool that is very useful to just about anyone. So that's all I have for you in this video. And let me know in the comment section down below if you're currently using staging in this way or some other useful ways of using a staging area, and maybe what other tools you might be using for quickly creating easy staging areas for your website. Hey, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next video.